changes here. Look, no one expects to see FURIA winning this tournament. No one's expecting that to happen, right? But a deep run is definitely on the cards. And I do believe, yeah, we're going to be having this crazy shuffles happening. All eyes are in EU right now. But yeah, if you look at South America, a lot of players could potentially be up for the picking. Players like Say, for example, I think he should definitely be in consideration. We have players like Wolves in some of these teams as well. But there we go.
Yep. All right, guys, thanks for your thoughts. Let's get into it. The decider, one of these dogs is going to make history by going to the Avicii Arena. Take it away, James and DDK.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, history in the making, and we've got a drop here on the defense, opening things up on map number 3. First blood for him, and maybe another one. Gets a dink, actually. Forrester, very weak, but able to strike back and continue the presence of Entropiq around the A main position. But they're not looking to commit into the A site, but FURIA, they're feeling it. Look at that rotation. All towards A now.
I think this is the perfect place to end a series between FURIA and Entropiq. Should be very interesting to watch indeed. High explosives thrown, but the shrapnel won't connect as much as FURIA may have liked. Now they're going to rotate towards the B bomb site, as we can see. Entropiq and yuurih's got a lot to do here. KSCERATO towards A has the defuse kit for the FURIA squad. We'll see if that comes into play. Smoke to create some space. Super Mario Brothers as Nickelback makes his way into the site. Just about not showing behind that pillar, as we can see, but as soon as he's straight into the crosshairs of yuurih, who tries to hold things down yet more, but Lackey will get revenge.
And more engagements here as FURIA try to press their way onto the bomb, but not looking good initially. Trades coming through, and not a huge amount of time left just yet. P250 doing some good damage. It's getting very intense now. KSCERATO on the bomb. Is he going to try to stick it? Yes, he will. He's going to try to hold this. There comes the knife from Elliot. Yes, he'll get it just in time. Denying the defuse and picking up the cash money.
Another knife kill in the pistol. It's a great way to approach the smoke defuse, and it really did get there just before that defuse came through. And I did thought that they lost so much position with knowing that KSCERATO had a kit, but the smoke grenade as well made things a lot worse. And it can be hard to hunt because you don't know like what side of a plant sometimes the bomb's being diffused from, which can make it really hard to find a connection. Looking for that blood through the smoke as well, but the knife came through at just the right time. So Entropiq take a very important pistol round for them. The T side of Ancient, our final and deciding map to find out who makes it to the legend stage. The champion stage, excuse me, in this series. It is 2-1 though. There will be no elimination for the team that loses, but it will be a longer road.
Krad leading the way with the Mag 10, looking to take control of Dig, and so far so good here for Entropiq. Not too much to worry about. These USPs, it's hard to find value against these Mag 10s. Looking for more knife kills, come on. Beautiful. 2-0, and now the guns come out.
From what we have seen with the games that we have commentated, Dan, I've referenced it many times, but it is very relevant. The game that Entropiq had with Heroic, the sheer aggression you see on Ancient from Heroic, especially on Heroic CT side, and how Entropiq tried to refuse to be conditioned by their takes of mid, for example, and so on. Like, they are ready to fight an aggressive team on Ancient, and I do worry if FURIA will be ready for the same with how these two teams match up with each other. Very interesting that one of the players has got like half a hoodie on. Like his left arm's in a hoodie, I suppose for warmth, but his right arm is not something you see every day. And the Krieg isn't either these days, but Elian's got it in his hand to get a nice frag onto VINI.
And I might want to go for this to try to deny. Oh, he's traded it! Both. The transfer's beautiful. Oh, man, that's just so sick. Art finding a moment to really make things difficult, but the bomb still going down. And we'll see Entropiq trying to hold this 2v3.
Oh, this could be a spectator connection again. Let's not forget that we are in a different country to where these players are.
Indeed.
So normally, when this happens, it is spectator client and won't necessarily be impacting players on the server. So don't worry too much about that, but hopefully we can fix things sooner rather than later. Sometimes the internet be like that, man.
True, true. It's looking good for Entropiq so far, though.
Yeah, it is looking good.
It's looking pretty good.
It is looking good.
The first map, I was like, oh, they're not looking that hot today. They're missing some shots, not looking too sharp compared to what we've seen. But obviously, Nuke was quite surprising. So, of course, if you are just joining us for this best of 3,
welcome.
These two teams have won each other's picks going into this third map. I don't know who you favor really on this one. Entropiq have had some really great results so far. So
the thing is, like in terms of favor, we can see it looks like FURIA won that one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, FURIA won that one by defuse in that round. So, we've mainly seen Entropiq play. And they've been strong, so I'm not going to favor someone because I don't have as much info from witnessing FURIA play in terms of form and so on, which is very important in these matches. But I am expectant from FURIA, and Lackey has full control of mid now as there's nobody in Donut. They don't necessarily know that. They'll be looking for more. Krad's got to be careful trying to duel rifle versus Mac 10 through the smoke, but it's a pretty good situation for Entropiq right now, despite it being a 4v4.
Yeah, yuurih alone, totally alone in the most forward position, is really the only person that could perhaps turn the tide here, given that Entropiq have massive advantages at the moment, at the present time. Now, Entropiq will be creeping onto that B site. There's no vision, but VINI might be actually slowly but surely working his way into a spot where he can punish a plant attempt. Oh, the jiggle. Spots the play, and he still has a teammate, yuurih, over by Dig, now coming to help out as well.
Nice angles. A safer plant this time from Entropiq. The previous attempt was very crazy indeed. An exchange around the B bomb site. It's a long rotation from KSCERATO, but there is time, or is there? VINI is the man with a defuse kit, so we've got to keep an eye on his play. Very close to the site now. Spot Forrester just needs to connect one more bullet. Great spray, punishing Lackey close to the smoke. And suddenly Nickelback is alone, and he's going to get executed from the back. It's another round in the bag for FURIA.
Yeah, great round from FURIA. If you consider, I mean, the last couple of rounds, they had to win these after plants, these retakes, and they've done a great job there. But if you look at how Entropiq was set up, they're such a good position. They got that exploitation of that mid position. They got a very deep spot, able to smoke off spawn, and at that point, FURIA had no information on the map, and they had the presence of mind to just hold their positions and just to wait it out and take information plays as necessary. And able to react quite effectively. Entropiq, definitely a lot for them to work with, but for now, only the pistols.
An aggressive play from FURIA in mid. With utility at the very least, we can see there is a focus towards the B bomb site. What animal is that, Dan? Chirping away at the background.
That is a Colombian white-feathered parrot.
Get on the Googles, guys.
Not normally caught on broadcast, but we had the luxury, the privilege this time around.
A quick look from KSCERATO. Nice smoke angle to create some space. And you know that he's never shy to peek, as we saw on Vertigo earlier on in this series. So you've got to be real careful going up against him, because he will do things that you won't expect. He'll catch you off guard if he can. 44 seconds for Entropiq to try and find something from this. yuurih down to the USP versus the Deagle. There is an AK in the hands of Lackey, and maybe something can be done with that. They're trying to abuse the numbers now towards B bomb site. They look good for a bomb plant as well as VINI. Will have to wait for reinforcements, or perhaps not. Goes from bad to worse now as Lackey's holding point with the AK-47. They may just win the round.
Oh, unable to get the AK-47. That's really unfortunate. But indeed, Lackey causing problems. What a beast, that 3K. Getting a bomb down. Already they've got massive damage, but can they actually find a way to win this one? Nickelback with the P250 will go down. He's not happy with that one, but you couldn't really ask for much more. 3 kills, a bomb plant. That's an enormously positive result for Entropiq. And there's lots of data, I think, for them to work from in terms of what they can play with strategically, map control-wise. We had already, I'm not sure which player it was, but in one of the previous gun rounds, Entropiq were able to just run up mid and completely take FURIA off guard. So I'm curious if they'll be able to find more holes in the defense like that to exploit. But Great shot from Lackey. Looking dangerous going into this third and final map in this series. And again, to remind you, winner of this series will make it to the playoffs. We'll be playing in the arena. First massive arena event since the COVID era began. And
first time in a long time.
And indeed, and then first major in 2 years. So there's a lot of prestige on this match for them, for both teams here.
I like the pace of this match that we're seeing early. And Entropiq look ready to just keep this level of aggression high on this T side, which means that we should be in for an entertaining time. Both teams with AWPs out. KSCERATO and Elian will be looking to best each other or other players around the map. And again, we've got to focus on a mid position. There's a second player this time for FURIA with Entropiq on the buy. They'll try to get as much out of that smoke as possible with a late delay, but it looks like Entropiq are going to swing behind it. They've got flashes coming through from T-Spawn as per usual, and Art is caught on the rotation.
Lackey again going up mid. That's what I mentioned previously. Such a deep position. Krad finding one towards Dig as well, and Lackey consistently finding his frags. VINI has to be so good here. It's got to be a multi-kill. It has to be a multi-frag for them to be able to recover. And he's able to catch one off guard, but he can't find the shots. And it's Elian instead to take him down. And that is a round over. 4 versus 1 for Entropiq. And again, they are abusing this mid control, I have to say.
Yeah, and for those of you in GoTV, I would just have a look at I believe it's Forrester who's throwing the grenades into the mid position. He may or may not be the person who's throwing the mid smoke, but he's throwing the flashes for the swing afterwards. We can see that FaZe Liquid has gone deep into overtime on Mirage as Liquid try to make it 1-1. I believe FaZe won the first map, so that's pretty exciting. But also here, this is a fantastic opportunity for people to learn a few grenades on this new map, and you don't really need too many for your matchmaking and so on. It doesn't require too much effort. This is a good opportunity to learn a mid-smoke, learn a mid-flash, to allow your team some map control. And Entropiq feel like they're in control at the moment as they put FURIA into eco territory.
Indeed, indeed. With the half hoodie on-off thing,
right?
It's yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You know, if you're trying to look for a way to warm up a little bit, but you don't want to have that kind of sleeve, kind of that weight of the sleeve on your mouse arm. And I guess that's what happens. 3-3, and the money for FURIA is terrifyingly bad. They do have some firepower to work with, so this will be a huge one for FURIA to find. But again, we see the mid-presence. This has been a win so far for Entropiq. There's a couple players around Donut that might be looking for a... Yeah, exactly. Nice little angle there. Oh, boosting over the smoke. What a way to fight back against this mid-control. Good stuff there. Creative response from FURIA.
Dropping KSCERATO moving around Donuts on the A-bomb site. Won't go as far as to peek into long. But KSCERATO is moving for an angle, and Art's being very, very careful in mid in the meantime. So a 2-1-2 setup from FURIA. Like that angle though from yuurih. That could catch a player off guard, and maybe the silent M4 could certainly come into play. But that smoke grenade may be a cue. I like the timing of the flashbang as well. If they eat that, bear in mind it does cover some sound. Great angle from yuurih. Got to be careful about the spray now, but again the flash causing problems for Entropiq as it is time to push. That CZ in the hands of Art could be very dangerous. Bomb dropped now, which means full rotation. Art from out of nowhere just slowing things down, causing absolute mayhem on this bomb site. No respect, risks taken, but again with the pistol, why the hell not?
Yeah, and I mean, we're looking at a FURIA that's responding really well. Again, their buy there, their force buy was, you know, around some of the safe guns. It wasn't looking very strong. It was that's a huge round for them to win, to, you know, not be on the eco, to not lose momentum and grip of the map. And instead, FURIA are going to be able to do that to their opponents. You can see that the money is not very good, or as good as Entropiq would like it to be able to have these full buys, but they will actually invest in 3 players here. 4 players. I mean, it's okay, now it's the full buy. I was going to say, it's a little bit weird, but they are going to be buying after time. And what is the response? Because FURIA have showed Entropiq that they have tricks up their sleeves to deal with the mid victories that Entropiq were getting. So now Entropiq have to find a way to play against that in their buy round, or they have to come up with something else entirely. But for this round, they're looking to burst into A.
Lovely transfer from Drop, and KSCERATO is here to pick up the slack as Drop starts to run out of bullets. Quickly made 5 versus 2, and FURIA need more rounds on the board, I think that is fair to say. Need to limit the losses here as well. The Tech-9s have proven dangerous at this major. I feel like the Desert Eagle will likely fall out of favor to some degree. We've definitely seen some more Tech-9, more success as well. These tight angles, that one-shot range with the Tech-9. Very dangerous weapon, making a resurgence at the Stockholm Major 2021. Now Nickelback has an AWP to save, and Dan's going to talk for the next 36 seconds.
Well, Nickelback looking to just keep this in his hands at the very least, and Art might make that difficult. Running around will be eventually we'll find Nickelback. There is certainly time for that. Making a lot of noise though, so presumably Nickelback will be able to defend this, no problem. Indeed. Art's kind of just sacrificing himself to find out where the AWP is saving. However, his teammates are not really close enough to do anything about it, so it ends up really not helping almost at all for Art. But that's fine, they've got plenty of money to be buying with. And FURIA, I really felt like they were going to be struggling after we saw the opening from Entropiq, but here we are, 5-3, FURIA in the leads, and the question is, now we go back into the buy for Entropiq, are they going to continue the mid shenanigans, or will they change approach entirely?
FURIA have got 3 AK-47s on their CT side, which certainly helps even up these duels. We've got a timeout from Entropiq. They're not shy for a timeout. They've used all of them in the previous map, or maybe both maps actually. They're on their second timeout of 4, as you can see. Thanks to that clean overlay. Love the black background. Nice contrast on the yellow, unlike the NIP jersey there.
Oh, so the NIP jersey is your favorite one?
No, it's just a contrast. Where's the contrast? I don't know, because it's one of those jerseys which is like not going to be remembered. It's not like an iconic jersey, because I think of Manchester United, right, for example, and the iconic jerseys that represent a time with a certain roster and so on. But they've got the black on yellow, and you can see it's very nice contrast. But the white on yellow, not so much. A bit harder to read.
I'd like you to talk about that more, if you could. I'd like to hear more about this contrast.
Well, I've seen some hostile conversation on the Twitter about it. But anyway, we don't have NIP in this particular game. They'll be looking to qualify as well, of course.
Yeah, they lost against Na'Vi, so that's slowed their journey down a little bit, but I'm sure they'll be in there with the ticket soon enough. So just the AWP here on Elian, and not able to find any picks early on. You can see that Krad was holding around the B ramp, so just keeping tabs on what the CT side are doing. FURIA playing pretty passively. They don't have to do anything. They have that inherent advantage, more utility, better guns. And Entropiq have actually drained some of that utility away, so that might make their lives somewhat easier getting in. They'll try to sacrifice players so that Elian can get the pick. And once again, another sacrifice on this peak. There it is, and there's a trade, so that's worked out.
Yeah, that's how you make space sometimes. Krad a little too close to the smoke, and VINI will punish it. Thin those numbers somewhat, trying to get a crossfire with Art. It's a nice Molotov for that spot from where Nickelback is standing. Problem is, he doesn't have a Molotov, so he's got to try and find a connection with the spray. You can see him trying to bait out trade fraggers, but VINI will be enough again. He's got the AK, 1 shot to the head, all that's required. For us are coming free from the back, but KSCERATO turns around. He's got that spidey sense, making it a 3 versus 1, and Elian has to save again.
Well, they keep the AWP alive at least. They do some economic damage. They get some pressure in there, and of course, it was all according to plan. Get the AWP. You can try to maybe work some opportunities. As long as you don't lose it, that's great, because you can bring it into the next round with the full buy. So And who knows? Maybe they would have found a way to win that previous one. The AWP does make a lot possible, but we'll see what the case is going to be here for Entropiq. As again, you know, it feels like they, you know, I wouldn't want to say their approach has been solved per se, but we're in a point where they have to sort of change their approach, as FURIA have been showing effective responses, and we see already there's been a pick here. Lackey's gone down over this mid-control battle. In fact, the mid-control battle has worked out really nicely for Entropiq, and they're coming into an A-main push. Off of the back of that, good catch from VINI, but he's the only player around the A site right now.
Nice flick from KSCERATO, trying to reposition, drops the bomb carrier, nickel back as well. That leaves Elian again, the third round in a row on his lonesome, but maybe this time there won't be a save. He has a minute 10 on the clock to try and isolate some fights, and Entropiq have got to start winning rounds now. Now he knows where KSCERATO is, but where are the remainder? He can't even push forward to try and find him in CT spawn because of KSCERATO's potential angles. How can he plant the bomb? 50 seconds on the clock. KSCERATO could be rotating around, and he's worried about what could be behind him. Again, looking for something, some kind of advantage, some kind of way to make things better. Nothing doing just yet. That scope, I don't know. I imagine KSCERATO can probably hear that, which means that he's less likely to be rotating.
FURIA not moving a muscle, really, not giving into the fake. Smart, they don't have to. They can force Elian to plant. Oh, this is actually quite smart from Elian. Oh dear. It's even smarter from yuurih, though. Chasing him down, realizing what he was doing.
Oh, man. The thing is, if he plants the bomb...
Oh, they can all buy.
They can buy.
Oh, wow, they could all buy. But okay, never mind then. It wasn't smart.
Yeah, that's most unfortunate. I mean, it's easy for us to say because we can see on the X-ray they're not pushing him when he's trying to plant.
Yep.
But that is a lost opportunity for Entropiq to squeeze one more buy out of this half, essentially.
Yeah. He did the fake, and the problem is that he didn't have enough time to fake again, so FURIA would absolutely punish him and kill him. But fast move with the pistols into the B sites, and the defense has been pretty good here so far. Might be able to get the plant in this time. Maybe not. yuurih not looking to stop this. Still fighting though. Still a chance here to get this bomb planted, but maybe even win the round. Depends though. These battles keep raging on. The bomb's now down on the ground. It's been lost, and they have to fight. They have to fight. And out comes KSCERATO to finish the job, and FURIA move 8 to Entropiq's 3.
Yeah, you can see the urgency from FURIA really trying to stop them getting that extra money. And that's $4,000 for the team if they plant that bomb. They were able to deny that. Of course, the loss bonus is maximum now for Entropiq, but every little helps for sure. That'll make it awkward for them to... Actually, no, Elian's got exactly the money to buy an AWP and have no grenades if he chooses to go for a helmet. And this is the third timeout for Entropiq as they try to find a way. Again, the back and forth with Heroic was really fun, but they are 5 rounds behind versus FURIA now. Bearing in mind, Entropiq won the pistol. Essentially, it's 8-1. That to give you an idea of the success or not that they're having, it is an 8-1 scoreline.
Yeah, yeah, 8-1 scoreline. It's not been a good look for Entropiq. There's been a lot of moments where they've managed to gain advantages, but just FURIA are closing so well at the moment. Despite that, and the mid battles has been where Entropiq have mostly gained ground and had success. So we've got those mid smokes for Entropiq, and FURIA can't see what's happening behind them. They don't have any players in position. In fact, Art's given up that deep mid control. It's fallen all the way back site B, and that's how he's holding it. So FURIA just really not trying to make any plays here. They're just playing passive and reactive. And in comes Entropiq to run the set piece into B.
Opening kill on the B bomb site. Still needs to deal with the side, however. to make sure the CTs don't have those strong positions. Art will pick up the AWP. Have a look at the... Imagine what the heat map would be around this B bomb site. The only person that's not here, sorry, is Drop and KSCERATO. So they are outnumbered. Art really had to land that one. That's not going to be helpful for him, but the Molotov will slow them down. Entropiq, and you can see Drop moving closer, wondering what is going on in a mid position, but moving closer to that B bomb site. Oh, you can't miss too many of those, Art. Those are two huge opportunities, and well, he's got yuurih to cover him. He's got yuurih to hold that angle for him, but the bomb's moving away now towards that A bomb site.
Yeah, and it's only, well, I say only, this KSCERATO is going to hit the first shot so far, being really good with the AWP from what we've seen, and that smoke is just to deny any forward after plant positioning from Entropiq. Just to buy time for KSCERATO's teammates to rally around him, also setting up that flank with yuurih as well. His teammates can start to apply pressure, and yuurih can continue to creep in. And there's actually nobody to block yuurih here. yuurih's going to be able to get quite deep towards the site. They just have to survive whilst yuurih is making this play forward. Just have to buy time, create pressure to allow yuurih to be fully effective here. And in fact, he's going to just find the back of Forrester. That's a huge problem now here for Entropiq. They need this round desperately. And that flank offered up has given them no space to work with. Alien, oh, Nickelback as well. And now it's just yuurih. They've somehow held on to this one.
Nickelback's had so many clutch frags for Entropiq. He's been so important for the team, win or lose. He's fought hand and tooth and nail for rounds.
Hand and...
I'm going to say hand and tooth.
Hand and foot.
Hand and foot.
Yeah. Foot and mouth.
Foot and, oh, don't say that. Well then, Entropiq with a much needed round on the board. They break a streak of 5 rounds in a row for FURIA. There's been many saves in those rounds as well, where Aliens had to hold on to the AWP, and he held on to it for this round, but with success in the previous one. We'll see what they can do now, looking to find a fast entry once more into this B bomb site, but they will have to deal with many grenades. Alien and Nickelback will be tagged by the HE. yuurih holding down the side position, but VINI has to deliver. He doesn't, and that means that Entropiq are all over this B bomb site.
Yeah, although yuurih is still in dig, so holding on to that key position. In goes Art as well, looking to try to get in. Oh, he's done it. He has actually done it. Oh, he's still going as well. Out comes the USP. Can't finish off the next one. And it's going to be a quick finish for Entropiq regardless, as they bring themselves to 5. And it is a late resurgence in this first half, but it is timely. Much like on Nuke, Entropiq are finding their way back in.
I think Liquid, I want to say they were 15-11 versus FaZe, but there was a late resurgence from FaZe, meaning that Liquid have been eliminated from the major. Very sad as far as NA representation goes.
Yes.
But Entropiq on the B bomb site with 1:30 on the clock. Some nice frags, some battle sniper moments for Entropiq. FURIA close again, running out of bullets at a very awkward time, losing position on that AWP, and then it goes from bad to worse. Krad will get a free kill onto KSCERATO in this anti-eco round, as we are in the second last round of the first half. And again, the winner of this map and this series will head to the champion stage. I'll see you in Sweden.
Uh-oh. Oh dear. Lucky's going down there. 3 versus 3. Guns can be collected. Art's picked up an AK now. yuurih as well. It's after plant territory. There's no kits on the remainder of FURIA. So they need that full 10-second defuse. They're all coming in from A main. Alien's going to be on this angle. Nice shot. Drops Art. The nade's going to finish him off, but it's Forrester to replace the position with the AK-47 as they start to move their way forward. Forrester reveals himself, and he will finish the job and pick the AWP straight back up.
Yep, that's a perfectly fine round for Entropiq. They've got the money to weather the storm of the players who are lost late there, so all good in the hood as far as they are concerned. Making it competitive as we move to half-time now, closing in on FURIA, and we'll see what they have to offer in this last round. The AUG will be out for drop. We saw the Krieg here and there for Entropiq, but this round there'll be a focus on the AKs. More of a... I don't think a quiet taste is the right word, but it's definitely a tool for a certain job. When you just want that closer scope with the Krieg and that increased accuracy over the AK as well. But when you're looking for these fast plays, the AK will certainly rock, as it always has. KSCERATO there with the M4, shutting down the mid position. not being traded by Krad either is going to be real important.
Yeah, early 3 versus 4 then for Entropiq, and they've got that A-site control at the very least, so position is there for them. And, I mean, they have Krad walking to the B site, so this is very interesting stuff here. Holding the outskirts of that A site, though, and everybody's going down, leaving Alien in a 1 versus 4. So Entropiq, they needed to be successful on the walk-in on B, and they're just left with nothing after those 2 individual plays. And that's the end of the first half. 9-6. FURIA coming out on top, but I feel like the game is absolutely on here. Entropiq giving themselves enough rounds to work with.
Certainly.
And that was in question too, because FURIA were kind of stomping on them for a while.
Yeah, they were, but they forced their way back into the game, and you need to be able to dig that deep when you're at a major. You need to. I mean, I think that's separating the men from the boys here in Stockholm, especially. Not everybody has been able to rise to the occasion, but Entropiq have been a great surprise in that respect. Not a surprise to everybody. Some believed in this team from the start, but they're certainly gaining more and more fans. 6-9 now, and the pistol becomes very, very important. We'll see who can take it this time. Entropiq have had good success with the pistols in this series, and we'll see if they can do one more.
Moving into that B side here. There goes the rush. Krad taking one straight to the face. Able to fall back though. And they've completely given up the side positioning, which is unfortunate. And that smoke is going to be quite annoying. Oh, double HE. Wow. FURIA are lucky to not have just been blitzed by those.
Yeah, Entropiq came into this one with a plan, and they have rotated most of their personnel. So FURIA are going to have a big focus on CT spawn, where those 2 grenades came from, but KSCERATO is going to have a big focus with his Glock. Again, another 2K from KSCERATO, an important man for the team, but the rest of his team have to clean up now. Forrester's coming through with the defuse kit, but there are T's everywhere. We've got 4 of them alive, and he'll choose to fall back. He's got perfect Kevlar for now, and a kit. And again, there's more value in that Kevlar, even then 2 kills versus his FURIA side if he chooses to get a cheap helmet next round. But he takes 2 damage from the bomb, but hey, at least he has that Kevlar and the defuse kit. For the uninitiated, if Kevlar is untouched, then he can get a helmet for $350 the next round. But because he took 2 damage from the bomb, if he wanted that full force buy, he would have to spend $1,000 to get a helmet. But at least he has that Kevlar, so he can take more of a fight with less aim punch.
(10-6). And FURIA are in a fantastic position to deny Entropiq.
Are you making bird noises?
No, that was the birds on the map.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was speaking words, human words, in English. Kind of throwing me off now, but kind of sounds nice listening to the
Are you sure it's not? Are you sure it's not you?
I don't have that ability, unfortunately. Make convincing bird sounds. Fast approach to catwalk here though for FURIA to take that initial space. Entropiq will slow things down with an incendiary, but it's going to be... Oh, actually, no, sorry, that was FURIA's incendiary. Them just clearing space. So they've got all this pressure they can apply to the B site now. That's going to pull some rotation. We can see that Elian's making his way across. And in fact, we're also going to get Forrester making his way across as well. FURIA, though, they're just going to look to just slowly but surely scale into the site. They get the first pick. They will not be denied.
All of FURIA determined to breach the B-bomb site. They've breached Entropiq, and they will do even more than that. As down goes Nickelback. This is a force buy from Entropiq, which is really going to set them back now if they are to lose this round. We're looking at a 12-6 scoreline eventually. Not much for Elian and Lackey to do. Maybe spread some more graffiti elsewhere. So in the Chichen Itza region of Mexico, which is kind of where what Ancient is about, they've got this giant Mayan temple, which also acts as a calendar. But it's very strange where if you stand in front of it and clap, your clap echoes through the top of it, but it makes a very strange sound. It's worth going to visit it. I'm not going to try and repeat the sound, Dan.
Well, what kind of sound? Like
it almost sounds like a parrot or something. It's like a parrot-esque sound, or some kind of tropical bird sound.
You clap and a bird sound happens.
Yeah, basically. It's very unusual.
I think that's bollocks, mate.
No, seriously. You have to... No, I'm not even trolling. I know I'm often trolling, but I'm not this time. Like, if you can do like a golf clap, you know, like a deep, really loud clap, it will echo with some kind of like bird sound thing. You know, like those people who've got like a duck whistle?
Right.
It's kind of duck whistly.
You clap and it sounds like a duck whistle.
Yeah, it does. It does, a little bit, briefly.
Okay.
It's yeah, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Somebody send Dan a link. I'm not even trolling, but maybe Forrester is with this taser. Very difficult situation now for Entropiq as they are looking to start this half at half the score of FURIA, and that's less than ideal, to say the least.
Oh, Lucky's been caught out there. Dropping down from Catwalk, unfortunate. Better luck for Nickelback, perhaps, but I mean, the Mac 10 is difficult to deal with. He's actually owned up. The jumping back 10 somehow is not going to win that battle. Crazy. But it's still, of course, going to be the round for FURIA, just like you said, like the Mayans predicted, perhaps. And there's not a lot left here for Entropiq to do, really. Do have Kevlar on Elian, so you can try to hold on to that. And we're moving into a full gun round next round. And, you know, we're going to look to see what Entropiq are up to. I would love to see them doing sort of heroic-esque openings, you know, just shutting down the B ramp position very early on. I haven't seen another team except Heroic just yet, at least at the major, doing that sort of thing. Just the kind of 1-4 setup where you just barrage the B ramp position, you take cat control, and you kind of players fall back. Reminiscent of Dust 2, when you really want that long control, you play the 1-4 setup and then pull players back.
We really need to see success now for Entropiq. 6-12. This is a very crucial time. But they are at the mercy of FURIA's pace, to say the least. We've got a big swing.
Just yuurih.
He's got help if he needs it. We've got a split of the A bomb site immediately. All position is lost, save for Forrester, who has an angle now, not smoked off just yet. That is the bomb scene. Nickelback's rotation will be slow. He's around the smoke by that dig position for the time being. And they've got to get
one now. Elliot left now. It's going to be a tough one. There's the first frag, though. 3 more to go. Coming quickly, but yuurih has just nailed him. How has he done that?
That is an utterly insane clutch from FURIA. Entropiq had to win that round. Progressively, guests have to be taken. FURIA in control of mid. Entropiq collect another. Sounds of the jungle will offer no comfort to Entropiq now as things get harder and harder for them. This situation sucks, and so does their weaponry. VINI trying to hold down the short position. Is a 2-man push though. Entropiq understand the urgency and they will respond. Risks have to be taken. FURIA in control of mid. Entropiq collect another weapon. And they rotate back to CT, but Art can hear this. And he has off angles now, but Krad has an off angle as well, as we may have a slight delay in the spectator again. There's a lot of information coming from Sweden to Romania. All these high definition cams, CIS in 4K, let's not forget. So there's currently a 7-round lead for FURIA. And just a reminder, this is the spectator client's connection to the server, not the server itself, so the players won't be impacted by these little drops, but so much info going down the pipe stand.
Yeah.
Here and there we may have this issue, and we are straight back into it as there's 1 minute left on the clock. 3-on-3. We have FURIA on this A bomb site, but is anybody checking long? This could be a nasty surprise.
Oh, drop. Able to get a lot of damage in there. Though now it's the 1v1, and KSCERATO is going to lock it in 14-6. And there you go, FURIA. Oof. I mean, that one moment where we see that clutch from yuurih, that's, again, it's just like so crippling. Because in Entropiq, that's where you expect them to get back into the game. But in reality, it's all FURIA. All day, all I mean, every single clutch, like big clutch here, you know, they've been just picking him up. So it's a good, I mean, it's really good, you know, seeing FURIA in this kind of form. I'm really excited to see them in more matches, James. I'm really excited.
Stage. So 2 rounds away from the champion stage, which is no guarantee.
Absolutely. God, I can't believe Yuurih won that. Perfectly dodging every angle. We're back in it. Entropiq, they're going to buy it up. Alien back on the AWP, but this might be the last goodbye for them. We'll have to see. And again, you know, this is not an elimination match. So if you're a fan of either of these teams, nobody's going home, but someone might be going to the arena. Lots of presence around the B site for both teams right here. Lackey active in mid. Nickelback alone though. This is looking scary for Entropiq. Nickelback has no util left.
Trying to block the smoke to maybe create some opportunity, a gap or something, and they'll need anything they can find. 2 kills on the bomb site, but Krad's got to stay alive for his team. Trying to spray Krad, what on earth? They're lining up low health, and that is exactly the kind of stroker like Entropiq needed, but they still have a round to clutch, and Yuurih's alone again, and we know what he can do. Not on this occasion, though. Krad walks through that smoke and will deny him. Great presence of mind to do that, but that one round just gives them half the score again.
Yeah, they really needed something to kind of go their way, and that was weird. That was really crazy. That was like the last 4 bullets as he's like walking back and spraying, all connected on 2 players. Insane. That's really crazy. We'll see if, you know, Entropiq can build from that. You know, of course, there's enough money in the tank for FURIA to get another buy-in. Not a lot of money. I mean, FURIA are saving. If they lose this round, they're going fast though to catwalk once again. Nickelback's going to fill this one. Quick fadeaway HE and a smoke to delay the progress of FURIA. And Lackey's in mid. He's ready for a rotation out of the catwalk position. We'll fall back to Donut though.
Nice angle from Krad.
That's a bomb too. He just spotted the bomb.
And that may cause a plan C for FURIA, that the bomb's been spotted. But there's always a big focus on the B bomb site. Often, I can't say always. That would be a lie, but often. Got to focus on the round at hand, Entropiq, and not the overall situation. Nickelback really has to do something here. Him and Alien are in trouble now as they're going to be compromised in terms of their angles, and we can see that Forrester is on the way to this bomb site as well. Things become more and more active, and the bomb's dropped for the second time. 45 seconds, and this is awkward for FURIA. Exactly what Entropiq needed. Could be a free kill onto Yuurih. Gonna bounce a HE off the wall. Down he goes. 4 plays up for Entropiq, and they will stay that way as they close out this round. And they start to get, I mean, again, I think now there are 8 rounds, target 10. When they get to 10, then the heat really turns up for FURIA.
Yeah, maybe Entropiq have found a way to stabilize. They're going to force out that eco from FURIA. FURIA did not get a bomb down. Even if FURIA would have managed to find a plant, they wouldn't really have enough for a full buy. But we might see some shenanigans here. Is there a single AK or something? No, they don't even have enough money for that. Going to go for the flashbangs and smokes here to try to just guarantee a bomb plant. That is the plan. Get a plant. That is the win condition here. But it might be completely denied. Alien will whip that shot, but he's got support from Krad up close. He'll get to take more shots, more flicks. Out comes the P250 to finish off the bit.
Confidence. Beautiful. Love the confidence there. Not falling back to play safe. He knows he's getting that kill. He hunts for it with that P250. And now Entropiq make it to 9. Problem is they only need 1 round to go wrong. And FURIA are at match point first. And it will be a second timeout for FURIA.
Oh dear.
I think the way climate change is going, the weather will soon sound like that AWP around the world, that thunderous strike of destruction.
Yeah, I've been experiencing storms like that recently, having moved to Texas. Storms like that.
There were hailstones in London today. But there's plenty of thunderous atmosphere. Thunderous atmosphere on Ancient.
I like your thunderous atmosphere.
5 AK-47s on road for FURIA as they look to pierce the balloon of Entropiq. There's some piercing in that mid position. Lackey riddled with holes, which gives FURIA an early 5 versus 4. And they're going to take that straight into the A bomb site, but Forrester has the AUG, which will help him cut one play down. At the very least, yuurih slowed down his advance, and Elian's got angles for this potential bomb plant, but he may have gone too deep, or maybe he hasn't the confidence again. Deleting VINI, and drop will get the drop on Forrester, but fall to the flames, leaving Arten a 1 versus 3. Very briefly indeed. Entropiq storm to 10 rounds.
What's happening? It actually feels like Entropiq have found an energy to themselves, but they're just all like just hitting all the shots. They're dictating the pace, and FURIA, I mean, it looked like they were ready to, they're about to win, and just Entropiq were, you know, just hold my beer. That was the moment for them, and we'll see if they can keep this up because it's looking really positive at the moment. And they forced FURIA back to another eco, so Entropiq should, on paper, be making their way to another round. But what are they expecting? They're dropping the nades, expecting that there could be a B rush, but it's a mid rush. Lackey has to defend this by himself. There's almost nothing towards this A side of the map at the moment. FURIA starting to move towards the A main position to move into that A site.
What's happening now, Dan?
And they're moving into the A site, James, I can only presume. And I would imagine...
Hold my beer, hold my tiramisu, hold my creme brulee. Well,
that's a lot of calories.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful of that type 2 diabetes, James. Gotta keep an eye on that.
Diabetes.
But it looked like there was... Who was it? It was...
Who was it,
Forrester. He was actually in a temple, so he might have been able to deny the push entirely, but presumably he wouldn't have been able to. They get the plant down.
Where's your watch, Dan? Where's your watch?
I don't have one.
I'm not comfortable commentating with someone who's not wearing a watch.
Just have whatever this is.
What is that, onyx?
No, I don't know.
What is it made from? Is it metal? It looks
probably,
metal.
Probably painted metal, probably some cheap.
Where'd you get it from?
America.
What country? America.
Yeah.
It's probably cheap. Yeah.
It's $50, I think it was. I think I got ripped off.
That's not cheap.
I think I got ripped off.
Maybe you did. Well, if you like it, I mean, the question is,
fake. I can't tell.
If the effect wears off in a short period of time, then yeah, you got ripped off. But if you like it and it lasts, then maybe not.
Yeah, it's lasted a while, so it probably is quality. But you never know. I'm not out there with a magnifying glass, you know, checking the integrity of the materials I'm purchasing. So who knows?
You could always paint it. He likes his matte black watches, just black on black. Everything. Black indices, like just unreadable dials and so on.
I want to get an Omega watch one day. Just, you know, living the James Bond dream. But
yeah. Mr. Banks just got the James Bond watch.
He's going to be the next James Bond.
I helped him secure it. I'm just, you know, you don't know what's going on. I mean, everyone's at DMs getting a watch gang to rise up.
Definitely.
Well,
Henry Cavill.
And we're back. It's match point to FURIA.
Just trying to fill the time with whatever we can summon, randomness. Let's go. All right, 15-10. As you say, FURIA. Oh, I guess they won the round then. All right. So they made the right call. Entropiq overcommitting into the B side of the map, expecting a B rush. It was an A rush, and they lost against the A rush. Now we're on the 15-10, and the mid play comes through again. KSCERATO out there receiving the nades. And Alien's out there too. Who's going to win the mid battle? This could be absolutely key.
FURIA looking to head towards the A-bomb site again, and I think mid may simply be a distraction with the 3 players as VINI and Drop are creeping in while distraction is being run in mid, and Alien's just like, hold on a second. No one's engaging us anymore, and the rotation is through. Forrester and CT spawn. Alien's posting up in Donut with Lackey. Spoke about calories, but that donut's going to be very important indeed. And FURIA haven't crossed a choke point just yet. And again, Forrester has been consistent with at least 1 kill with that AUG on this A-bomb site.
All right, so maybe this time Entropiq got there just in the nick of time, not to be outmaneuvered or outpositioned, but it's about winning the gun battles now. We've got the smokes coming through. There's still good amounts of counter utility left in the tank here for Entropiq. Nice initial frag. Lackey goes for another one. That's the bomb now down on the ground. Needs to be rescued, but there's nobody home. There's no one coming for that bomb. KSCERATO with 12 health has to fall back, and he knows that there's somebody out here. And it's Nickelback, and he don't have the health for that.
So FURIA keep trying to storm the A bomb site with some skirmishes in the mid position, and they may have to go for another look to find success. However, as I say that, I recall a lot of things going wrong for them on the B bomb site as well. So they are spreading all over the map and trying things. They only need one round to be successful, but they will hope that ideally that round is when they have some money. However, even a round such as this, you know, some part of me likes these Tech-9s returning, even though I've got bad memories of the past, but a round like this can be so dangerous for them, but not when they line up for Krad.
Krad. That's it.
Kradzilla.
You don't need adjectives, you just need to say Krad.
Kradzilla.
He's cradded. And they're gone. Creativity not on point today. The creativity not on point.
You did your best, Dan. That's the main thing.
It's the effort that counts. But it has been stopped that momentum into the site, so that's allowed timing here for Entropiq to position themselves around this B site to defend it better. Oh, Alien, that's a miss, but the HU goes through. Does at least 21 damage to yuurih. FURIA.
So hard to see from that angle. And it's another failed attempt from FURIA, but that bomb plant, if he can make it, will be crucial. I don't know if there are sound cues for Forrester. He may have an angle though. Then again, maybe he won't. So this is a very necessary bomb plant for FURIA, because they have, oh no, they won a recent run, but they'll get some nice money for this, so there'll be more pressure in the next round. Art was a Tech-9, but hey, maybe we don't even get to the next round. Is this a blind spot? No, Forrester's ready for it. He knows his angles. The man's got a protractor out, admiring the candles as Entropiq moves to 12.
It's not necessary.
Maybe his keyboard is broken.
Perhaps his keyboard was broken.
It might be that he has one of those hot swappable keyboards, and the contact point wasn't quite making a full connection there.
Yeah. Well, that's it. 15 to 12. Entropiq get closer and closer and closer to getting that overtime and to turning this one around. But FURIA, they can put a stop to it right here. Of course, full buy for both teams. No AWP for FURIA, but I'm curious what will happen here. I loved what they were doing where, as you had highlighted, they were running distraction in mid and then sort of buying time to outposition the CTs on the A push. But ultimately it was a case that Entropiq kind of worked it out quickly enough.
I wonder if they're going to make a play through mid. Not donut, but like towards CT spawn.
Yeah.
And there's often going to be a lurker there once you've taken control of mid to catch those rotations. You might see a player in CT spawn, but it might be that this time they target that player.
And there goes the mid's battle again with the utility, and FURIA denied entry, at least for the moment.
Yeah, mid has been quickly abandoned by Entropiq, who put 3 players towards A, but they're starting to rotate. We can see Alien with that AWP now heading towards the B bomb site, and Art will be alone in mid for now. So again, we have another focus. But how do FURIA try to pull Entropiq out of position with VINI lurking towards the B bomb site?
Yeah, this is really interesting, actually, the spread from FURIA to try to create presence. They've kept 3 players on B so far for Entropiq. Entropiq needs to be very careful here.
FURIA have used almost all their utility. They have a smoke, and that's it on
They walk past each other.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. I don't know who is favorable in this situation. As soon as they start to walk in, Lackey surely gets a backstab.
Well, down goes Forrester. That leaves Lackey in that donut position. Doesn't have an angle for yuurih. No one's watching this, but surely the footsteps will be heard. He stopped the plant. He's done more than that, Lackey. Just when he needs to. There's no utility left for FURIA to plant this bomb. Nickelback with position now. So close to disaster, but Entropiq are still here.
Oh my god, VINI. He's trying to make this doable. 15 seconds. Doesn't know where Krad is. Krad escapes around the angle. Oh, it's just a one tap to secure it. My god. then there it is. Into the arena, FURIA go, and you can see what it means to them. They'll be bringing that level to the arena and more. As soon as they get in front of that crowd, you know that this team knows how to deliver.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what it means to them. They've made it to the champion stage. They're flying a very big flag for Brazil, considering their